Hello, this is Michael for the Art of Outdoor Survival. I've had a couple requests on about clothes that I wear or some gear I might take just on a general hiking. This is pretty much all I really own. I own a little bit more than this, but this is pretty much what I actually own. I have a nice backpack that I bought from REI. Fits really well. Has a way to store water in it, which is really nice. But I don't want to carry a big, bulky bag because the more weight you carry, the more uncomfortable you're going to be. So gear, I like to think when I'm thinking gear, I like to think lightweight, extremely light. This has a bag. You just store the water bag actually stores inside there, and that way you can carry water on the go, and your hands are always free. Um, Here's one of the Camelback water bottles that I carry. I like to carry a spare in case it's bust. They say you can run it over with a truck and it won't bust. But there's thorns out in the cactus, so I like to have a spare. And if I need more water, that carries 100 ounces. That's a little less than a gallon, so that works really well. But I do have another type of water bottle here somewhere. I'll dig through it in a minute. But generally, polar fleece is basically the best thing I can think of. It does keep the water somewhat down. If it gets wet, you just wring it out, and automatically it can still keep you warm like wool. But it lasts longer in the wool, and if it gets wet, it's not as heavy. It's plastic, so it's going to repel water. It's not going to absorb it like wool would do. Very important thing, besides your hat, I like to keep these separate. I don't like one piece things because you can only wear the hat one time. But you can get a neck scarf like this. It's full of fleece that will actually cover up your face while you're sleeping at night if you get really cold. But it really gets around the neck really wonderful, so it keeps you extremely warm. Um, I sleep basically on what you're seeing. I have a Columbia jacket that's a titanium jacket. It's breathable. It's waterproof. It's very thin. It actually rolls up in a ball like this big if I'm not using it, and I store them in little bags. And that way, if I don't need it, um, I don't want just one big bulky jacket because you're going to end up taking it off, put it back on, take it off, put it back on. I like to wear layers. Layers are going to keep you warmer. Here I got a North Face fleece jacket, no zipper whatsoever because zippers create airspace. Let's see, it's got a hood that I can put over to keep me warmer. And then with this hood, I'm just, triple my actual warmth. You can keep adding layers like that that actually keep you warm. For my pants, though, this is a titanium Columbia pair of pants. I don't recommend buying the cheap ones. Get one that's oversized. In the jacket, always buy oversized. Buy oversized pants because you're trying to put this over other clothes, and you can use it to stuff your shirts down in these bigger band waist. That way you can keep what I call pumping. Pumping is air is coming out of your holes here, and when you tuck in, it keeps the pumping from happening. I just bought this recently. This is a pair of polar fleece pants. It's stored very tightly. I got compression little bags that make this stored very, very tightly. I don't like to wear this unless I'm sleeping. This is sleeping stuff, and you can put that on over these pants here or under the pants. And if you had to wear them during the day, it's not going to snag on hooks or thorns or something like that. These pants that I'm wearing will actually protect that from happening. I'm not trying to sell stuff here, but Columbia seems to be the best material out there. I've tried everything, military uniforms, you name it. I'm about light, I'm about quick drying, and I'm about versatility. This right here is titanium shirts from Columbia. They're very nice dress shirts. They fold up into a ball. One of these shirts right here, for an average cotton shirt, I can get roughly about 2 to 3 shirts depending on the cotton weight. And I like to wear long sleeve. And the reason for wearing long sleeve is that you can roll down. Um, Roll down your sleeves if it's too much sun. And if you have insects biting you in the swamp, you can just roll it down. If you have short sleeves, you're stuck. You're going to have to put on this jacket. It may be too hot, and it's going to be a miserable stay. So I like a lot of these type of shirts. I carry a few of these, but I try to keep darker clothes for winter. I want black. I always think black. You can get a darker color like navy blue or something if you're not a fan of black. But black is going to keep you a little bit warmer than white will. I mean, there may be 3 to 5 degrees difference, and that makes a life situation sometimes. Um, Columbia comes out with PFG, their professional fishing gear. These are extremely lightweight. I don't know if you can see the fabric. It's almost like ripstop from a military uniform. You can kind of see the little squares in. Extremely tough. I've had these pants for a long time. They're still in great shape. They don't hold stains. Um, for a pair of blue jeans, I can literally get 3 to 4 pairs to equal weight of blue jeans. And these actually, when you put them in a compression bag, they're so tight and so small. Everything fits in that bag I just showed you. I like to wear smart wool socks. Smart wool is probably the best sock I've ever worn out there. Throws used to be really good, but these smart wools outdo them now. It keeps you extremely warm. It keeps your feet very comfortable. And if it gets a little wet or cold, this is a crazy thing I bought, but if you're going to spend a lot of time in the woods, it's a plus. These are sealskin socks. Sealskin like there's seal. And what these do, these are waterproof and windproof. So extreme weather, I'm trying to sleep. I don't want to keep my feet wet or cold. I can put these on and I'm totally dry. They also have gloves that are that way that are totally waterproof. And I like the sealskin gloves because they keep you dry, but you can fit them inside of an elk-skin glove. And you can get deer skin, elk skin, cowhide, or whatever. But these are a must in the woods. I will never go out in the woods without these things. Grabbing trees and thorns and whatever you're grabbing, insects that might bite. These things protect you. They protect your hands. And there's nothing like cuts on your hand in the woods, especially when it's cold or wet and rainy or whatever. And just getting dirt in it, it makes for a miserable stay. I can't say anymore. Make sure you've got your gloves, good leather gloves. They come very in handy. We're talking about compression bag. Everything can kind of just fit in there. It's got a little thing in it. Whatever you have, we'll squeeze it down to almost nothing. They have a lot of little bags like this. I like to put like my jackets, like this jacket when I'm not using, I'll put it in here. It compresses it really tiny. That way I can fit everything in the bag. It's color coded, different colors. That way I don't have to fumble through my bag. I just look at the orange and go, oh, that's my jacket. So it's pretty much easy there. Water filter. Um, I do survival different ways of water filtering. I always keep this as a spare. This is a Catadine water filter. This is one of the original ones. It's a lifetime warranty. It's no iodine. It's silver impregnated ceramic. Basically will purify anything. I think it's 0.01 micron. So that's about the best you're going to get. But they came out with this water bottle filter. This is a Sawyer water filter. It has an actual filter inside. You basically just put your bandana over the top with a hairband, fill it up with water, and you start drinking. Pretty much it. Wonderful thing. It's actually equivalent to the Catadine now. This does 500 gallons of water. You may have to do a backflow on it to get it to run when it slows down. So you can actually take the water bag and take that filter and hook it up to there. And that way, if you don't want to carry this, you can carry this with that water filter. Only disadvantage of this is if you want to use cooking water or something like that, it's not going to drip that well. I've tried it. They say it works, but it doesn't. But this is strictly for drinking. But if I was going to cook and stuff, I would just have my little pot. Actually, I don't have my pot on me right now, but it's outside. But I have a little tiny pot that has a little frying pan lid that fits over it, stainless steel. I've eaten out of that for over a year now. Um, don't have any problems eating out of it, cooking out of it. I can boil water in that, no time flat. Um, I always carry 550 cord with me. I like to carry a big loop like that. That way, if I gotta hang my bag in a tree, I just throw that something way up in the air. It's gonna go over a tree branch easy. Um, it's like 25 yards. Sometimes I like to carry 50 yards. 'Cause you never know. Something like that. Now, I know there's a lot of crazy knives out there and stuff, but, to be honest with you, the Buck 119 knife is the most versatile knife I've ever used. It's hard sharpened, so I recommend getting a good sharpener. But this thing right here, I have thrown it. I have done all kinds of things with it. I use it to pound wood to make little boxes in the woods with a piece of wooden mallet. Hold it like that. And bam, bam. It hasn't broke. Never has. I've had other knives. They've broken. This thing is totally solid. Uh, I don't really use it that much anymore. I'm trying to train myself away from this, but just for safety measures, I feel kind of safe having that. But a Leatherman tool, make sure it's a good one. This one's a wave. It's got a lot of different attachments, can openers, whatever. That's a plus. I keep this one in the pack, and it has a clip that I clip it on, so it never leaves. I have an actual pocket knife as well. But I normally like to carry that in the bag. I keep that on me. I carry a couple of lighters. Just make it easier. I play around and learn the other ways as well. Always make sure that I'm in tune with how to start fires with friction bow. But generally, I don't want to always do that. This thing here at Walmart, I'm a butcher. I know what I'm talking about. This little sharpener here that has a ceramic, has a little carbine thing on the bottom of it. This is probably the best sharpener I've ever seen. That's just pocket sharpener. This will sharpen that buck knife. I use files on that buck knife to sharpen it. That's the only way to sharpen it. But this thing actually will sharpen it. Other ones, they never did sharpen that buck. So I would highly recommend finding this one. Sleeping here, I have a 1 pound sleeping bag. And this is made by Snug Pack. It's a wonderful sleeping bag. And it's got space age material. It's got a metal inside of it that actually keeps you warm. They use this for material for astronauts in space. This one right here is a Snug Pack made out of England, Salty 3 Merlin. And it keeps you roughly good to 41 degrees. It will go down to 32 just in this alone. It's very comfortable, very light. Like I said, when you roll it up, it literally is this big. It's like a little tiny football. It's way much lighter than a sleeping bag. That is space age. You can get online, you can find that. Another thing you can buy is this Sea to Summit. It's like a t-shirt, but it's like a sleeping bag t-shirt. This right here holds about 25 degrees. And so if it's 50 degrees outside and you're inside this, it's going to be about 75 inside the bag. So when you add this and this sleeping bag, you're going down pretty low. I'm sleeping out here in the open with just a scarf on, and what I'm wearing here keeps me warm to roughly about 41 degrees before I actually want to jump into that bag. That bag will keep me warm easily all night long in freezing temperatures down in the 20s. And it's very lightweight. Both of those things together weigh 1.5 pounds. Bella comes out with a weather bag. It's called Bella's XPG Extreme Performance Bivy Sack. This is extremely large for a man. They got smaller ones for girls. It's less than 1 pound. And you just crawl in this. You can literally sleep in the rain. You can sleep in the snow. You can sleep in anything. This thing, you can sleep in a creek in this thing, and you'll still stay dry.